Hello students, good evening. Students, in yesterday's class we have completed about the type of cost. There are different type of cost uh, like fixed cost, variable cost. Now, yesterday we finished with the variable cost, semi-variable cost. So today we are starting from the semi-variable cost again. Okay, just look it very carefully and listen very carefully. We are talking about semi variable cost. Semi variable cost is a cost in which there is a combination of both fixed cost plus variable cost. And the best example of and the best example of best example of semi variable cost is electricity bill. Electricity electricity bill is the best example of semi variable cost. In electricity bill there are two things. First, fix monthly charge, fix monthly charge, and the units cost and the unit cost. Like in the month of January, you are producing, you are using 300 units of electricity. 300 units of electricity. Okay. In January, you are using 300, you are consuming 300 units of electricity. Fixed charges around 1000 and the per unit cost is 8 rupee. So 8 multiplied by 300 equals to 2400. Then the total bill is 3400. In the month of Feb, you consume just 350 units. Again, 1000 monthly charges, 1000 monthly charges, fixed charges, and 8 multiplied by 350, 2800. Then the total bill is 3800. Okay, now you are very need to understand that how you classify the cost, that is fixed cost, variable cost, and semi variable cost. Fixed cost always fixed, either production increases or decreases, but per unit cost, which type of fixed cost? If production increases, then fixed cost per unit decreases, whereas variable cost per unit fixed. And semi variable cost is a combination of fixed cost and variable cost. Hopefully you are able to understand about the semi variable cost. Now again come back at the notes. Here we completed three type of cost: fixed cost, thereafter variable cost, now the semi variable cost. Okay, now on the behalf of controllability, there are two type of cost. One is controllable cost and another is the uncontrollable cost. One is controllable cost, another one is uncontrollable. on which a organization can control, make a control, like you are going to purchase any type of a raw material, you are going to purchase any type of raw material. So you want to purchase less raw material, you can control it. You want to purchase high material, you also can control it. But can you control the rent of any type of a rent? No, you have to pay for it. If you are producing any goods or if you are not producing any goods, you have to pay. You always have to pay what? Rent of any type of rent of factory. Clear? Next. On the basis of classify cost on the basis of normality. Some cost is normal cost and another is abnormal cost. Now what is normal cost and what is abnormal cost? Normal cost, amount spent on purchase of raw material, amount spent on purchase of raw material, any type of amount paid to the labor, it is a normal cost. Amount paid on expenses, right? But now what is abnormal? Amount you no need to pay, but s- uh, like there is a theft happen at your factory, or goods destroyed by a fire. These are normal cause or abnormal cause? These all are abnormal cause. So amount spent on the abnormal cause is regarded as abnormal cost. Okay. Some costs affect the decision of management. Classify cost on the basis of management decision making. So according to the decision of the management, there is a three type of cost. Not three, lots of type of cost. First, predetermined cost. Now what is predetermined cost? Cost which is computed in advance before production start on the same scientific basis of all the factors, that is standard cost of material, may be standard cost or the estimated cost. Now what does this mean? It means like you want to produce 10,000 units, you want to produce 10,000 units. Okay, now you are thinking it that for producing 10,000 units, you need to spend 1 lakh rupee. So this 1 lakh is a predetermined cost. Okay. Second is standard cost. Like there is a marriage at your home, and in that marriage around 100 guests, around 100 guests. In 2015, before 5 year ago or 6 year ago, there was a marriage at your home in which around 500 peoples were gathered. Around 500 peoples gathered. These 500 people cost around 2,50,000. So per person cost is around 500 rupee. So on the behalf of past, you set a standard that in 2021, in 2021, 100 persons are there and per person cost is 500. So total expenditure 50,000. So cost which is set as a benchmark, which is set as a benchmark, it is regarded as standard cost. A predetermined cost which is calculated from the management expected standard of efficient operation. For example, cost of standard material to be consumed, that how much material you are going to consume for manufacturing anything. Marginal cost, marginal cost, all the prime cost plus all the type of variable overheads, all the type of prime cost. Now what is prime cost? Yesterday I told you, like direct material plus direct expenses plus direct labor, these all are regarded as prime cost. When in the prime cost we add any type of variable overhead, then the total of this is regarded as marginal cost. Okay, now estimated cost, a predetermined cost which is computed in advance before the production start of some scientific based or past actual cost adjusted with the anticipated future changes. Like you are going to spend money in 2022, but in 2021 the amount which you are going to spend in 2022, in 2021 you spent some money from that, then it is regarded as estimated cost. Any amount given in advance, like that. Okay. Next, differentiate cost. Listen very, very carefully. At the start of 2022, you make a statement that you are going to produce 10,000 units. On 10,000 units, total cost around 20 lakh. This is the start of 2022. But by the end of 2022, by the end of 2022, by the end of 2022, this 20 lakh, this is your estimation, but you spend around 24 lakh. So the difference of 4 lakh is regarded as differentiated cost. Any increase or decrease in the total cost due to the change in the level activity, due to the technology, due to the process, or due to the method of production, it is regarded as differentiated cost. Next, imputed cost. Now what is imputed cost? Any cost which no need to pay out of pocket, out of pocket, which no cash flow needed, no need of any type of cash flow. Like if any person is going to pay his interest on his own capital, like you are investing 4 lakh in the business, so in market there is a interest rate 10%, you are going to pay 10% to yourself? No, no. This type of cost is regarded as imputed cost. There are a few examples in past exams. There's a question regarding imputed cost asked, that what are the examples of imputed cost? Take it out of from the following, what is the imputed cost? Like, so write it. A, an imputed cost, that is first of all interest on capital, B. Partner's salary. B. Partner's salary. C. Rent of the own building. Rent of own building. These are the three examples of imputed cost, and imputed cost also known as notional cost. Okay, next, capitalized cost. Any money spent on purchase of assets or money invested for long term. Here long term means more than 1 year. For more than 1 year, then it is regarded as capitalized cost. Okay. Next, product cost. Now, what is product cost? Cost which are charged on to the product or services. Any amount spent on manufacturing of any type of product or services is regarded as product cost. Variable manufacturing cost under marginal costing technique and manufacturing cost either variable or fixed under absorption costing technique are the product cost. Any amount spent on the manufacturing of products, on manufacturing of products, then these all are regarded as product cost. Okay. Opportunity cost. Listen very carefully by an example. You are working as an accountant in a company. You are working as an accountant in a company where you're getting salary around 20,000. You are getting salary around 20,000. After a few months per month, you started your self business. Here, if you are leaving the job of accountant, in the self business, you are earning around 50,000 per month. So for earning this 50,000, you need to sacrifice of this 20,000. So the foregone cost for the best opportunity is regarded as opportunity cost. Look at here. Cost of next best alternative. This cost refers to the value of sacrifice made or benefit of opportunity foregone in accepting an alternative course of action. Okay, next, out of pocket cost. Amount need to pay from the pocket, out of pocket, need to pay. It is the opposite of imputed cost. In imputed, you no need to pay any amount in cash, but in out of pocket, you need to pay out of pocket cost which involves cash outlay, wages to the workers. Okay, clear? Next, shutdown cost. Costs which continue to be incurred even when a plant is temporarily shut down. For example, rent of a building. Costs which continue to be incurred even plant is temporarily shut down, like rent of a building. Next, sunk cost. Now, what is sunk cost? Just from a particular example, sunk cost is also known as sunk cost is also known as historical cost. Now, what is historical cost? Sunk means any type of ship if sunk in the See, like you purchase a build machine costing 3 lakh. Just using a black marker. You purchase a build machinery of 3 lakh. Its useful life 10 years. So every year it is used around 30,000. After 6 years, its cost like 30,000 multiplied by remaining life 4 equals to 1 lakh 20. You purchase it 3 lakh and the remaining life is 120. 3 lakh minus 1 lakh 20,000 equals to 1 lakh 80,000. 1 lakh 80,000. Then this 1 lakh 80,000 is regarded as the sunk cost. Cost which is fully sunk. And this 1 lakh 80,000 is the depreciation of that product. Cost which is done in the past, which not be recovered in future. Look at here. Historical cost incurred in the past are known as sunk cost. They play no role in the decision making in the current period. Okay, clear till now? Now, next is discretionary cost. Costs which can be avoided or reduced by the managerial decision. For example, advertisement, research and development, which can be avoided by the management, which can also reduce by the management. Then these type of costs is regarded as the discretionary costs. Period cost. Cost which is done as per the time, on the behalf of time. For example, advertisement. When you are going to sell the product in the market, you need to spend money at the time of advertisement, right? Explicit cost. Costs which require immediate cash payment. You need to pay immediately. Immediately cash payment. For example, you are going to purchase raw material. So you need to pay amount to the raw material immediately. Okay. Material are purchased, labor are employed. These are required to be paid instantly in cash. Okay, students. So till now we have completed the type of cost. How many type of cost are there? Now we are moving to our next topic, that is methods of costing. Which type of method follow for calculating of costing? In your syllabus we are going to understand all the methods of costing in detail, but there is a short detail of these methods. First, various method of costing. First is job costing. Cost of each job is ascertained separately. For each job you need to calculate separate. For example, printing press. If you are going to printing any type of like wedding cards, so on a particular job, the cost is calculated on the behalf of particular job. Batch costing. Extension of job costing means in job costing it is limited till the particular job, but you are doing a bulk order. So in a bulk, how many things you are going to produce? A batch may represent a number of small orders passed through the factory in a batch. Contract costing. Cost of each contract is ascertained separately. For example, construction of any type of building or any type of bridge. You are making any type of contract. You appoint a contractor and give a fixed money that in particular time period you have to finish this plot. Okay. Next, single or output costing. Cost of a product is certain. For example, only one produce like bricks. You are going to produce bricks. Then a single or at a time how many output you can give. Process costing. There are lots of type of products. There are lot of type of products which can't be produced by single process. For example, sugar, there is a different type of process like department 1, department 2, department 3. Department 1 work is converted sugarcane into the juice, thereafter juice converted in the particles, then particles converted into packets. Okay, for calculation of total cost from these type of goods, we need to understand about the process costing. Operating costing, any organization which is providing any type of services, any organization which are providing any type of services, then these type of organization need to opt a method of costing that is operating costing, like transport services, like education services, like communication, hotels, hotels, hospitals, hotels. Just a second, we move further. Here it is. Communication and all, hospitals and hotel. Now, multiple costing. What is multiple costing? Combination of two or more methods of costing outlined above. Like, listen, a very only one example you have to learn. Like, you are doing, you are producing any type of a car. For the production of car, there are different type of costs. Like body you manufacture from the other department, engine, wheels, different type of products. So for body need a different type of costing, for engine you need different type of costing, for wheels you need a different type of costing. So for the calculation of total cost, you need to follow a multiple costing method. Suppose a firm manufacture bicycle including components. These parts will be costed by the system of job costing, but cost of assembling the bicycle will be computed by single or output costing. The whole system of costing is known as multiple costing. Okay, now the techniques of costing. First, uniform costing. When a number of firms in an industry agree among themselves to follow the same method of technique, same method of costing, then same type of industry, they all want that we follow a same technique or same method, then this is regarded as uniform costing. Okay, marginal costing, ascertainment of marginal cost by differentiating between the fixed cost and variable cost. When when there's a two type of cost, one is fixed cost, one is variable cost. Fixed is always fixed, variable changes according to the level of production. So when we calculating costs by different like fixed cost differently and variable differently, then the variable cost is regarded as marginal cost. It is used to ascertain effect the change in the volume of profit using the PV ratio. Uh, Afterwards, in a practical, we will make a detailed analysis about the marginal costing. Now, standard costing and the variance analysis. Now, what is standard costing and variance analysis? Listen, you are going to produce 10,000 units. In 10,000 units, you make a standard like material per unit 6 rupees needed, labor per unit 3 rupees needed, per unit 6, per unit 3. But in actuality, material around 8 rupee and labor rupees 5. Here, you make a standard that material should be 6 and the labor cost will be 3. But in actuality, 8 and 5. So there is a difference arises. Here is a difference of 2 rupee and here is a difference of minus again 2 rupee. Okay, so this is the difference. If there is a difference between if there is a difference between standard cost and actual cost, the difference between standard cost and actual cost is regarded as variance analysis. How it is known? It is known as the variance analysis. Look at here. It involves fixation of standard for each element of cost, comparison of actual cost with the standard cost, ascertain the variance and take action for the adverse variance. If differences arises, the difference must be either favorable, either in a positive or in negative. If a difference in positive, then it is a favorable, it is beneficial for you. If a difference in negative, then it is an adverse situation. For adverse, you need to take some type of steps. Okay. Now, historical costing. What is historical costing? Actual costs are ascertained after they are incurred. You make a cost, you make a some type of expenses, you ascertain, then do you incurred. Direct costing. Practice of charging all direct cost of the operation process and write-off of all the indirect costs against profits in which they arise. You are following only the direct cost. You are not looking about the indirect cost. And it is a direct costing. Now, absorption costing. Practice of charging all variable manufacturing cost and fixed production overhead to the operation processes, product and writing of all the administration selling. Means, listen very carefully, like you charging variable cost separately, you charging variable cost separately, and in different department like selling department, manufacturing department, thereafter office department, and allocating differently, then it is regarded as the absorption costing. Okay, here we completed all the type of techniques of costing. Now there is a center, there is a word regarding the responsibility center. It is a center, it is a center managed by the manager for control on cost. It is a center from where a manager control, making a control. A manager is ready to control. Responsibility center is a unit of function of the organization under the control of a manager who has the direct responsibility for its performance. How they are performing, how the different center is performing, then this is the work of the responsibility center. And who is the in charge of this center? A manager is the in charge of these type of a center. Now these centers are divided in a 5 categories. These centers are divided into 5 categories. One is cost center. Here manager is responsible for all the type of cost incurred by them. Second is revenue center. How much sale done by the organization? Then these all are responsible for the revenue. Okay, look at here. Cost center, it is a responsibility center for which costs are accumulated. The main objective of cost center is to minimize the cost of the center. Revenue center, it is accumulated about the revenue. Profit center, it make a difference between the uh, like revenue. When from the revenue we are deducting any type of cost, then it is regarded as the profit. When from the revenue we are deducting cost, then it is regarded as profit. You sold a product in the 10 lakh and the cost is 6 lakh, then the profit is 4 lakh. For managing the profit, there is a center which is known as the profit center. Contribution center, it is a responsibility center for which both revenue and variable cost are accumulated. Write an example properly, like from sales. Write a formula properly because it is very useful for calculation of profit and contribution. From sales, if we are deducting any type of variable expenses, then it is regarded as contribution. When from the contribution fixed cost deducted, then it is regarded as profit. Okay, and the last center is investment. When you are making profit, then what you do with the profit, then it is invested in the different activity. Okay, so this center is manage the investment. It is a responsibility center for which cost, revenue and investment is assets are accumulated. The main objective of this center is to maximize return on capital employed or return on investment. Okay, now in this topic I mentioned about the there is a question from your in your exam from the previously I checked when I checked the paper that from the items which I noted here, one question can come, and in that, then which type of method following of the costing or how the unit of cost is manufactured identify. Okay, in advertisement. Advertisement is a service industry. So here I write the service and method of costing. Advertisement are always done on the behalf of a job and the cost is determined as per the job. Automobile, it is an industry. Automobile like car, bus, scooter, different type of things. So there is a multiple costing and per number. Same with the bicycle, multiple costing. Breweries. Breweries is a part of a process. Different processes is there. So there is a process. Bricks work, it is also industry. Single unit on behalf. Bridge is a part of the contract costing method follow. Cement, again unit follow. Chemicals, again process. Coal mining, single unit. So there is an example of lots of type of industries like credit control. It is a it is a industry or anything else. It is a activity. It is not a industry, it is not a services, it is a activity. So no costing method. It is a, as per the account maintained. Education is a service. So in services I told you that operating per student, per cost, etc charge, electronic items. So there is a whole list. Engineering works, furniture, the whole list is there. You have to read and there's a one question can be asked from this industries. Okay, around 31 industries there. Okay, from this till now we have concluded the whole theory of the costing. What is the basic introduction of costing? If I talked how many questions asked from this theory, then listen very carefully. From this they can ask you in the SEBI crack grade, in SEBI grade B, and the course which is provided by the crack grade B to you. that if I talked till the introduction, from the introduction of costing, the 3 to 4 questions can be asked. One, any method of costing. Any method of costing by example. Objective of costing. Second important thing. Then one question can be asked from the type of costing. Type of cost, not costing. These are the three most important questions which you can ask. So you have to learn these 31 items which is on at your screen. Like they can ask which type of accounting follow, which type of costing method follow in the shipbuilding. It is an industry and the contract costing, and per ship is the unit cost is calculated. Okay. Now we are moving our next topic and next practical question, part of the practical proportion. Okay. So for costing, you need to prepare cost sheets. For calculation of cost, you need to prepare cost sheets. Okay. Now the how the this cost sheet is prepared. So look it very carefully, listen very carefully. Once if you are able to learn the cost sheet, you are also able to complete your practical questions. And one or two questions may be asked from the cost sheet. Listen very carefully. First, you have to write direct, just a second, material consumed. material, material consumed. Now, how the material consumed is calculated? Write it here. Opening stock of any goods. In this, you need to add purchase. Thereafter, closing stock of raw material is deducted. Then material consumed is there. Okay. In material consumed, add. You need to add direct labor. Now you need to add direct expenses. The total of all the direct material, direct labor, direct expenses is regarded as prime cost. Material consumed, direct labor, direct expenses, these all are regarded as prime cost. Okay, now in this you need to add all the type of factory overheads, all the expenses which are related with the factory, in you need to add in the prime cost. Then it is regarded as gross factory cost. Gross factory cost. Now you need to add opening work in progress less closing work in progress. Closing work in progress. Then you will get factory cost. And it is also regarded as work cost. Okay. In prime cost, you need to add factory overheads, all the expenses which are related with the factory, either variable in nature or either fixed in nature, you need to add in this. Now there is a question, sir, what are the example of factory overhead? Just wait, I'll tell you about what are the factory overheads. Just first we complete the cost sheet, then I will explain it. Factory cost and work cost. Now look at here. Opening stock of raw material at purchase less closing stock, then direct material consumed, add direct labor, add direct expenses, then it is regarded as prime cost. You need to add factory overhead, add opening stock of work in progress less closing stock of work in progress, then it is regarded as factory cost and the work cost. Right? Both are the same. Look at here. Now, in the factory or work cost, you need to add administration or office overheads or office overheads. When in the factory cost we add administration or office overhead, then it is regarded as cost of production. Cost of production. Now add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods. It is regarded as cost of goods sold. Now add, now you need to add all the type of selling and distribution expenses. Then there is a cost of sales. There is a cost of sale. In the sale we add profit and we will get in last sale price. It is a format of a cost sheet. Write it very fastly and carefully. Okay. Here's in the notes I also mentioned here administration overheads. Then this is the cost of production. Add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock. Then it is a cost of goods sold. Add selling and distribution overheads. There is a cost of sale. In cost of sale, when we are adding profit, then there is a total sale price. Okay, clear till now? Tell me fast. So students, now there's a question, sir, how many expenses come in the factory overhead? How many expenses come in office and administration? And selling and distribution? Like you know that 1, 2, 3. There is a indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. So in factory there is a indirect material differently, in office indirect material, in selling and distribution indirect material. So any expenses which is related directly factory, it is charged in factory overhead, like supervisor salary, workman salary, depreciation on depreciation charge on the machines. These all are the factory overhead. Depreciation charge on the office machine, office furniture, then it is an office administration. Depreciation charge on delivery van uses in the selling department, so it is charged in the selling and distribution. So you have to think about it. and which type of expenses is counted in factory and which type of expenses counted in the office and administration. Okay students, in the next class we will continue with some type of MCQ question regarding the cost sheet. Okay, thank you all.